Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. 1,402 subscribers or four. Anyway, welcome. Thank you. We made 1,400. Let's keep it moving. All right, like and subscribe. Check out my books on YouTube. Like and subscribe now, because if you don't do it, you'll forget. I do the same thing all the time. They'll say it, and if I don't do it right then, I forget to do it. Okay, so check out my books on YouTube, on Amazon, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, and The Power is Within. Both of those books will help you in your life. Okay, you can check out my website at marksinspiration.com. If you'd like to get my help personally, you can check me out there or send me an email. The email address is in the description. And let's go today with the nature of women. Now, obviously, I'm not going to discuss all the nature of women, but I'm going to discuss one aspect or various aspects of one dimension of women. And the one is this: when you pedestalize women, what happens? Nothing. That's right, nothing happens within them except they lose interest in you. Now, for us men, that doesn't make logical sense, because we think that if we did everything for her, catered to her, fulfilled her wishes, that she would love us more, right? I mean, that makes sense to us, but it doesn't. It makes less sense to her anyway, but it makes sense to us, but it doesn't work. She becomes distant, cold, and actually starts looking at you with disrespect and disdain. Now, here's where men screw up. They get angry about that. Well, you realize that there's certain characteristics about men, what do they call it, post-nut syndrome, that women don't understand. How you feel after you've had sex. Sometimes you feel like, I just want to get out of here. Why am I even with this woman? But before you really wanted her, you thought she was your everything. Now, women don't really understand that. But do you want them to be angry with you about it? That's just the nature of men, at least most men anyway. So you have the same thing with women. Men get angry because women are women. Do you get angry at a dog because he's a dog and he barks at you? I mean, dogs bark. That's the nature of a dog. So you got the same thing here, the nature of a woman. Now, somebody's going to hear this, a woman, and say, oh, you're comparing women to dogs. No, I'm comparing natures of things to each other, all right? So don't bash on me about that. But if you want to, go ahead. I've been bashed before. So you have to understand the nature of women. Don't treat women the way you want to be treated. Treat women the way they want to be treated. And they don't want to be the center of attention. They don't want to be pedestalized. And contrary to what some people think when they ask you to do things like take the trash out, wash the dishes, don't leave your socks on the floor, it makes sense that if you don't do these things, they're going to love you more, right? Validate you, admire you, because you're doing what they ask you to do. And see, us men grow up in a society where women are teachers and we're raised by our mother. So when we did what our mother wanted us to, she was happy with us. And when we did what the teachers wanted us to, the women teachers, they seemed to treat us better. So we're somewhat programmed to do what women asked us to do. So when we get into a relationship, we think, well, we actually don't even think. We just do it automatically. But what happens? Honey, I need some space. I think we need some time apart. And you're thinking, what the hell's going on? I've done everything she asked me to do. I've been good to her. I've treated her. I'm the one that, supported her during her, whatever she had, her modeling career, her college. I pay for everything. I took care of her. I mean, I've done all these things, and she doesn't want to be with me anymore. It doesn't make logical sense. No, it doesn't. Quit trying to understand in that way, in a logical way. Women think more emotionally than men. Now, I'm sure there are outliers, exceptions to the rule, but in general, and you're dealing with general women, and don't think, oh, this one's different. They're not different, no more than you're different as a man. We all have certain traits and characteristics that have been evolutionarily programmed into us that aren't going to change because you think that you're different or that she's different. So try to understand it. Don't oppose it. Try to work with it. The Wright brothers learned how to fly. Didn't learn how to fly. The Wright brothers discovered, or would that be the word? Discovered how to fly. How they invented the flying machine. Not by going against the laws of nature, like gravity, but by learning how to cooperate with them. And look at us today. We fly all over the world. Thousands of flights every day, maybe hundreds of thousands of flights every day. And that was something that they said was impossible for man to fly, that the best scientific minds at the time said that God had reserved that privilege for the birds. But yet here we are. It's the same principle. Women have a certain nature. They're governed by, you could say governed by certain laws of nature, the nature of women. You have to learn how to work with these laws, and then you can accomplish things with women, or whatever you desire to have with women, that other people can't. Just like the Wright brothers were able to fly when other people couldn't do it. Many people had tried but weren't able to do it. But the Wright brothers studied and learned how to cooperate with the laws of physics, let's say, the laws of physics. You can learn how to cooperate with the laws of the nature of women. 1, don't pedestalize her. 2, always be willing to walk away. 3, always be willing to let her walk out the door. 4, control your emotions. 5, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. All these things go contrary to what the narrative and what society tells you you need to do and what the movies tell you. Don't do that shit. She doesn't want that. Treat her how she really wants to be treated, not how she says she wants to be treated, or how the movies tell you she wants to be treated, or how the sitcoms tell you she wants to be treated. Women are naturally weaker than men. They want a man who can protect them. And if she can sway you easily with manipulation, or we'll call it persuasion, she doesn't trust you. If you give in to her every whim, she doesn't trust you. Learn how to say no and mean it. No is a complete sentence. Use it, and you will discover that she will admire you for that. Now, she may get angry a little bit at first, okay? And that's okay. You can do anything you want to with a woman except bore her. She doesn't want to be bored. That's why when you get into a steady relationship with a woman, a lot of times she becomes bored. And she wants to go out and find that excitement she had when she first met you. The courtship never ends. Remember that. That's it for today. Gotta go to work. Take care. Have a great day.